So we've got this tradition here in the evenings where we feed our llamas and our alpacas, but I wanted to show you what I did a little differently today with regard to their feeding trough situation. We just had like a bunch of buckets that were out here, and so what I did was I took a sewer pipe and cut it in half, and then I just put both halves out there, and there's going to be a whole heck of a lot less spitting going on, which is a good thing, because when you get a bunch of animals all together in one or two bowls, they get really mad at each other, and they just start covering each other in spit, which is not the greatest thing. Okay guys, we're going to change the program just a little around here. We're going to get rid of the bowls. Guys and girls, I should say. I know this is what you're normally used to, but we're not doing this now. I know, I'm sorry to change it up, okay? We're going to pipes, half pipes, and we're not talking about skateboarding. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disappoint, but we're doing half pipes now. All right, so these bowls are going. No, this is what you're used to. All right, hold on a minute. Hey, no spitting. It's not allowed. Hey! Just got covered in spit. Okay, here we go. Okay. Come on, let's go. Come on, you guys. Come on, come. Come on, llamas and alpacas, come on. So, I don't know if you guys can see this, but when you get covered in spit, what you do is you just let it dry, believe it or not, because it's usually just a bunch of grass, and then it dries and it falls off, and then you put the clothes in the wash. And yeah, it stinks, but not as bad as you think. It's not that bad. George, the Great Pyrenees, keeps doing this thing where he hops one of the smaller fences and then gets into a pasture where he knows he can get out, and then he's out. And what does he do? He goes and chases coyotes. So we're gonna get him back in right now. George, what are you doing? Come on. Come on. Come on, George. I love you too, but you cannot be chasing coyotes tonight, much less any night, okay? I don't want the vet bills. This one gets it. He understands you're supposed to stay on this side of the fence. You, on the other hand, for whatever reason, don't get that. One of the alpacas ate her pellets a little too fast, and consequently she's having some difficulties right now. There's a wad of pellets that expanded in her throat that's making it hard for her to get anything down. But she's not having any difficulty breathing, which is a good thing. What I'm going to do is It's okay, sweetie pie. It's okay. I'm just gonna throw my arm around you. Yeah, it's okay. Let me get my arm around her real quick here. It's okay. It's okay. And then I'm just gonna massage the throat. It's okay, honey. Come on. And this will help her to break up. Come on. This will help her to break it up. I've had this before with a llama. And literally. Shh. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. I'm sorry, honey. I know, I'm sorry. You feeling better? A little better? All right, well, all I'm gonna do is make her a little bit more excited right now, and that's, of course, not what I want, so I think it's gonna resolve itself, which is all I care about. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, she's doing better. You know, I hate to say it like this, but so much of what being here is about is just putting out fires. Fire season here in California. But it's almost like it's always fire season, even in the wintertime, because, you know, our problems are just bigger. You know, there's always something, and it's not like there's a vet that can come at almost 9 o'clock at night during the week. We just don't have any emergency large animal vets in the area. So consequently, what happens is we end up relying on each other. Those of us that have camelids, alpacas, llamas, we call each other. You know, we'll be on the phone sometimes late at night. It just depends on what the problem is. And then we just feed off each other's knowledge and whatnot. It doesn't happen that often. I mean, I could probably count on one hand where I've had to call out for advice, for help or whatever, you know, but this was one of those times, not this particular one, but it had happened to a llama, and you know, it's just get the ball out of the throat. It's just a massage really that you do on the throat, and you break up that ball of pellets that's in there that is just now getting enough moisture to expand in their throat. Because why? They ate it too fast, and they didn't chew it enough to break it up, and then the next thing you know, you've got solid pellets in the throat in a wad, and it just starts taking on water and expanding, and then it starts to block the throat, and they have a hard time getting food up and down, right? So llamas and alpacas are always taking their food out of, I forget what stomach it is. They have 3 stomachs, but they're taking it out of, I think, the first stomach, and then they're bringing it up into their mouth, and they're re-chewing it, and that's called the cud. And you see that a lot with cattle. They'll just sit there and they'll just be like laying down in a field, and they're chewing, and you're like, what are you chewing? I don't see you eating anything. Well, that's just that regurgitation process, and that's essentially what is getting blocked when the animal eats too fast, in this case pellets. So you do have to kind of keep an eye out for that when you are feeding them pellets like this. So again, it's one more thing. And just to give you an idea of how hot it is here, how hot was it in Central California today? Well, I'll tell you how hot it was. It was so hot that the camera overheated. That's a first. This week, the end of June 2022 in Central California, we were at 106. I think we may have hit 107 actually today. Yeah, it's just crazy. And you know, that's what it's going to be going forward, especially for the next 2.5 months until we get into September and we start getting into the low 100s, and the end of September, the high 90s, and then we get into October and it's still going to be 90s, and by October 15th, which is what? The official end date of summer in Central California. That's, you know, the unofficial, official end date of summer. I mean, they say what it is, but we all like, yeah, right. Because it's still in the 90s, you know, especially anymore. So, yeah, you know, hopefully we'll get more rain this time next year, or have had more rain this time next year. I don't even want to think about it. So one of the things I want to show you is where the alpacas bed down at night when they're done for the day, because I think it's pretty cool. They like to stay close to the lights of the house. Obviously, we in the middle of nowhere, we have predators here, and but that's okay. We have big dogs, and the big dogs are after the predators pretty much all the time. George, though, is making it a habit to just kind of you know, any time of day, he just wants to go out and, you know, can't have that, but whatever. On the other hand, though, if there's a predator out there, I would expect him to do it, but nevertheless. So, the alpacas are bedding down right here, right on the other side of the fence that I was feeding them at today. So you can see what I'm talking about, and this is where they stay for the night. And it's pretty cool because the property that way goes about a mile or so, and that's what's fenced in. Well, not that way a mile, it kind of goes out, but they've got it fenced in for themselves. And way out there are the llamas. The llamas, you know, unless it's a mountain lion, which we have, but we never had a problem with. Unless it's a mountain lion, the llamas really are not only not really subjected to coyotes, they actually go after coyotes. That's kind of what llamas do. People actually put a llama in with a herd of something else, whether it's alpacas or sheep or goats or whatever, because they're known to be a protection type of an animal, a guard animal, if you will. So, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you where they're bedding down, which is a good thing. You know, I don't want them way the heck out, you know, out there. You know, alpacas and llamas are super cool. You know, they tend to sleep in the same place every night, and they poop in the same place every day. So when you need fertilizer, you just go to their poop pile and you get some. It's actually really cool. So anyway, folks, if you like this video, I appreciate a like and a subscribe. It helps me out. It gives me tons of motivation to keep making these. And that's about it. I'll try to get as many as I can out, and I look forward to the next one. I hope you guys have a great day, evening, morning, whatever time and it is wherever you're at. And I'm going to have a great evening here. Take care. Anyway, folks, if you like this episode, again, if you wouldn't mind, just hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. I'd really appreciate it. Also, hit the thumbs up to like it, and if you wouldn't mind, hit the little bell there. That'll notify you every time I release a new one, and we will see you on the next one.